my purpose in running this title of this talk is I've talked to some people and their play action doesn't match. They either don't have play action or their play action doesn't match their run scheme. And, they may say counter is their best run scheme, but then they don't have any play action off of counter action. When the guard pulls, they don't have any play action off of that. And so I think I'm a true believer in, whatever your best scheme is, that's what you need to play action off of. And so we have a mix of zone scheme, gap scheme, kind of simple protections that we're trying to manipulate the defense and the best way we can. And not everybody reads guards, right? Everybody's reading something a little bit different. But when you got those teams that read guards and you're a gap scheme team and they're flying over with the backside inside backer on counter to make that play, then maybe it's time to run a counter play action kind of play. And so this is one of our levels plays that we really like. We'll run this with kind of a zone lock scheme. We're gonna fake inside zone to the right. So right guard, right tackle, right guard are on a three-man slide there to the right. Left guard, left tackle are in a lock scheme. So they're gonna lock on the backside. So if there's a 3 and a 5 back there, they're gonna lock onto that 3 and a 5. If there's a shade back there, the left guard's gonna block down on that shade and follow him wherever he goes. They also are tracking that front side inside linebacker. The backside inside linebacker is protected by either the guard if the nose goes away, but we also have the back there. And if the Sam blitzes out wide, we'll have the back go protect that. So most of the time we're a pistol-based team right now, and so we're going to take this in the pistol, and he's going to fake that downhill. He's going to get his eyes on it out on his outside backer. And then if nobody comes in, he's going to leak out into that flat. So that's what the back's doing. The Y is more of a chip. We don't want him to rush to get to the flat. We want him to sell inside zone as well. So he's not going to fly out right away. We want him to stay in that run scheme to get that backside safety to think run and see the run action and get downhill on that run. But this is really a levels concept where we're getting that play action and we're trying to hit that Z is that first read there. So we're trying to hit that post. We're trying to get the safety down to create a one-on-one matchup for the Z, let the Z go win on the post. And then with the F, we're trying to get to levels, right? So sometimes we'll go try to dig out that outside backer. So it looks like he's going to try to dig out that outside backer. Well, then he's going to fake the under, and then he's going to get vertical. So really, we're going to get levels here. That post is going to go high and go win on a 15-yard post. And then this deep over, we call it a depot. He's going to run a shallow, and then he's going to put his foot in the ground and climb to about 25 yards on the sidelines. Is where his aiming point is. And so that takes a little bit of practice. Those quarterbacks got to practice that throw. But I promise you, if you can get it, it's pretty deadly. And then on the other side, we're going to run a post curl, and then use that back as a flat. And so I really want to emphasize on this concept that you want to create 3 levels instead of just 2 levels. That Y and that flat looks very meaningless, but without that Y and that flat, that weak side flat defender just may drop and keep dropping into oblivion and you not be able to throw that depot there. And with that Y and the flat, Y may not be a receiving threat. He's going to see that and not try to backpedal as hard. And so having that flat control is going to help you get that ball up and over the flat control into that F's hands for a big play. And so this has been a good concept. We added in 2021 and we've kept it. We've run it iterations of it every single year. And so this is one of our better ones here that I'll show you here. You can also run it from the other side. It's not quite as good. It takes a little bit longer. But if you have really good post runners, you're playing a lot of cover, seeing a lot of cover 4 in this formation. You can get 2 really easy, clean. The reason I like this one is you're not just going to get 1 shot at a post, but you're going to get 2 shots at a post, right? So the first post is going to break a little bit sooner, so the quarterback's going to peek that one yet. We're hoping to get this backside safety down into this run scheme so he can't fall back and intercept that first post. But then that second post is going to go a little bit deeper. And so the quarterback can peep that first post, go to that second post, and then this long DePauw route. I don't know if we've ever completed it to that Z. We've pretty much only thrown posts on this one when we've run it in this formation. But again, that's another possibility there. Um, in this case, we'd still run lock 12. So this tailback here would then still leak into the flat to the left. So you'd still get flat control over there to the left. Unless, of course, he's got to protect, then he's going to be in protection. Okay, this is a we call this one on the right. That's called a recon thing. That is again a similar under route that's going to get vertical. At some point, he's going to read that defense. If that hash is open there, because this safety over top of this F is just flat out abandon this. Let me get my highlight or my laser pointer here. This safety here, when he sees bubble, right, or they're doing some kind of exchange, and he goes to cover this vertical, then this guy can pop open. We want this to be a rub route here, right? This outside release here and come underneath. We want to create a rub there. Most of the time when we've run this, we've just liked this concept. You'll see that on my film. We throw a lot of bubbles, so this bubble go concept, we've been chucking go routes for touchdowns and stuff like that. This hasn't been a big throw for us, but it works a lot in practice and in practice. But we've done a lot of this throw this blaze, this kind of bubble go concept, especially with the play action. It looks like we're just spitting out one of our bubbles, which we throw a decent amount of, and then all of a sudden we get that vertical there. So that's really kind of where we've hit them on that one. We've run, this is our 4 vert concept. We like to run some play action here that you'll see that we run some play action here. And that's to really kind of influence these backers up so we can throw some darts into these verticals behind us. And so this is just our normal 4 vert concept, but we're going to tag a play action here. Because we'll run some lock stuff in here, some inside zone stuff. And if they're going to remove the mic in here, then we're going to hand the ball off in here. So we're going to make that look the same, get some play action to get these guys down, because that is kind of our main run scheme. We have dabbled. I don't think I have the film of it yet, but we have dabbled. We've done some tackle wrap here. So we've used this as like a tackle wrap scheme play action. So we've run some pistol. We've used tackle wrap where he's just going to pull over and he's just going to pass block in here. This is a harder block. He's got to really work back to that end. Quarterback can't get too deep or the end will come up on it, but quarterback stepped up and drifted a little bit, but we wanted to show that on tape where we pulled that backside tackle and a tackle wrap concept to really get that going. We've used tackle pull, or sorry, guard pull, excuse me, on different schemes, but he's going to sickle pull a little bit back here and protect back that way if we're trying to get guard pull, if they're really biting on guard pull kind of stuff, to hit some of these verticals in there. And then I'll come back to this concept when we get there, but I want to focus on those real quick as we get to the film here. Okay. All right, here's some scheme here. Let me get rid of these boxes. All right, I guess I'll show you some of these first. This is just some naked concepts for us. We run a lot of split zone here. So we'll block in split zone left, and then this guy will come and hit this backside end here. And so this is one of our concepts we like to run. This is just what we call a naked concept, which means this end's not getting touched. I didn't have a slide for this one, but this is kind of like our basic bootleg stuff. The running back's not in protection here. He's just truly faking the run here. And so our concept here is this guy's going to run an underneath flat route here. We're going to run more of a sail route there, and then this guy's going to run a vertical. We call that veil for us because it's like a sail, but the guy runs a vertical, so we call it veil. So quarterback's going to just turn just like he's doing inside zone, right? He's going to pop his feet. He's going to ride it. He's going to get some depth. You always got to read the flat defender first. If this flat guy's open first, you better hit him. If this guy's open right here in the flat and this guy's open, you better not pass this guy up, right? So we want to hit that first guy. If he's available, that's the guy where you want to make sure, you can get him the ball and you're comfortable with him running the ball. But yet you don't want to make it where, hey, I have one tight end when I want him to catch it, one tight end to block it. You're going to have to let the big guy catch it sometimes.